Hey, South Africa, brace yourselves. The Madlanga Commission, as of early October, has just blown the lid off a terrifying reality. A so-called Big Five cartel is allegedly putting the strings, not just in our streets, but in our police stations too. And maybe the government and the political space. Forget state capture. This is literally criminal capture. So the question is simple. Has organized crime already taken over South Africa's justice system? Let's go. Lieutenant General Madlanga was obviously the first witness. We know this, ever since the Commission of Inquiry commenced, right? His testimony was focused on how KZN Political Killings Task Team, also known as the PKTT, was established. But he saw as interference from senior police and political actors and alleged threats to the integrity of the investigations. We heard this during his testimony, right? Don't get confused now. The National Police Commissioner, Fanny Masimola, also testified on the 22nd of September, I think. I didn't write it down, I forgot, but I still remember. The youth is shaping up. His testimony touched on the operational decisions, including the decisions to disband the PKTT, etc., because he said a lot of things, couldn't keep up. I'm just bringing you the key developments right here. The SAPS Criminal Intelligence Head Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo is giving his testimony, or is giving his testimony. In his evidence, he laid out allegations about a Big Five criminal cartel operating in Gauteng. Josie. He claimed that cartel deals in drugs. So what it meant is the cartel, they're the one who are pushing these drugs, right? Cross-border hijackings, extortion, tender fraud, contract killings, all these big crimes, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? He further alleged that the cartel has already penetrated the political sphere. Quote, what this means is that it exerts influence beyond purely criminal operations, which is mad if you think about it. During his testimony, Khumalo also highlighted alleged relationships between business figures like Vusimuzi, Kat Matlala, and elements of public sector decision makers. So not only are we, as the commoners, as the average low-class poor individuals, looking up to the government or the ANC or all these big decision makers to change our lives, we are actually putting our faith and hopes into criminals. The reason why we always be getting messed and like played and like fucked in real time, like fucked over all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's these big people who are benefiting from what, I don't want to say what we should be benefiting from, you know what I'm talking about? At the end of the day, I mean, I guess it's our fault for trusting these decision makers with all this power in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Advocate Terry Motau, SE, I guess I said that right, who was the initial chief evidence leader, reportedly requested to step down from the role. There's been speculations as to if it was due to safety concerns or illness, or I'm talking about, but the commission hasn't said anything. It hasn't declared if it's the reasons, basically. Advocate Matthew Chaskalson, SC, has been appointed as the new chief evidence leader. But there is concerns if this would, if it would lead to delays or the downplay the severity of this commission, etc., etc. But we shall see, bro. This commission, stuff like this, these truth revealers, there's moments of salvation and conviction and truth, I guess, they're always going to be dangerous, right? Because there's a lot of powerful people out there who are doing bad things, and like I said, there's usually no consequences for these people. You know what I'm saying? So like if somebody comes up and gets a platform and starts talking, a lot of people are gonna get hurt, right? It's the reason why I'm genuinely concerned about Lieutenant General Madlanga. Like, I'm genuinely concerned as to if he's gonna live long, you know what I'm saying, because of these. But everything is up to the Almighty, I guess. The public will remain watchful of how these delays, staffing changes, and procedural hiccups may affect the credibility and impact the inquiry. We're just going to continue watching, but this is just the update. As of early October, I did hear of an ad And is it an ad hoc committee that's also happening? I don't know if it's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It's the reason why I'm doing these videos, because one thing y'all gonna understand is that, like, I don't understand a lot of what's happening on the news. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the reason why young people don't really watch the news, because they don't really understand what's going on. And I'm talking for myself. I'm talking for myself. So I just want to make these videos, kind of explain what's going on for that dumb individual on the other side of the screen. Not that you're dumb, but for that dumb individual like me who doesn't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to explain it, even though I'm gonna use big words, but like I'm gonna put in some of my words too. Okay, I don't know why I'm explaining, but you know what? If you enjoyed it, I mean, if you found some value into this, like the video, subscribe, help us get to 1,000 subs so we can keep bringing these to you, bro. But that's a funniest surname, bro. That's a cool, like Kaskalson. Kaskalson? Just Carlson. That's tough. That's tough, real.